Hello, dear children. So, we are back with lesson number 6 Chipku takes root. Today, we are going to learn the exercise part, children. So, let's see. First part is comprehension. Choose the correct option. Number 1 Dichi loses power in one leg because. What was the reason? Why did she lose power in her left leg, in one of the legs? Why? A. Of a flash flood when she was crossing the river. B. Of a landslide. C. She falls off a tree. So, what was the reason, children? Option A. Of a flash flood when she was crossing the river. Number 2. Gauri, the village elder, says that when contractor Chand comes with his X-Men, they all would A. Call the forest rangers. B. Go to the forest and hug the trees. C. Beat up all those who try to cut the trees. Option B. Go to the forest and hug the trees. Third, contractor Chand gives orders to the uninformed X-Man. So, A. To shoot at the villagers. B. To mark the trees with a chalky white X. C. To carry away the children who hug the trees. Option number B is the correct one. To mark the trees with a chalky white X. White X. Okay. So contractor Chand was also very clever. He wanted to make trick. He was playing tricks with the villagers. Let's see. B. Read the sentences from the story and answer the questions. Number 1. Dichi, everyone's at the meeting. Who says this to Dichi? What is the meeting about? Where is Dichi at this time? So A. Dichi's brother says this to her. B. What is the meeting about? It's about saving the trees in the forest from being cut down. Where is Dichi at this time? She is sitting on her ash tree. Number 2. These forests bear timber, resin and foreign exchange. A. Who makes this statement to whom? Can you recall who makes this statement to whom? Okay. Contractor Chand says this to Dichi. B. What is the listener doing at this time? She is hugging the tree. What is the speaker going to do to get timber and resin? He is going to get the trees cut down and chopped. Third is, I'm like you, strong and fierce like a yeti, sturdy as a yak. Who is the speaker? To whom is she or he speaking? So it's Dichi. She says that to her ash tree. Who is you? It's the ash tree. To whom she was speaking? Ash tree. So you is ash tree. C. Do you agree with the speaker? Why or why not? Yes, Dichi is really strong and determined. She saved the trees from getting cut down. Okay, D. Which literary device has been used in like a yeti? It's a simile. Okay, like as so we have already discussed, children, similes. Okay, let's see. C is answer the questions. Number 1. Where are Dichi and Dada going? What happens to Dada? So they are going to visit Dichi's grandfather who lives across the river. Dada drowns in a flash flood while crossing the river. So it was the happenings, which happened, which took place while going to Dada's or grandfather's home. Number two, who wants to cut down the trees in the forest? Who wants? Contractor Chand and his company want to cut down the trees in the forest. Number three, how do the villagers usually stop the X-Men from cutting down the trees? How do the children help the grown-ups? The villagers walk into the forest chanting Chipku slogans and hug the trees. There is no violence. They did not create any violence over their children. They only hugged the trees and stopped them cutting down. The children shout slogans and sing in chorus. Number four, who tricks the menfolk of the village into going away and how? Contractor Chand tricks the menfolk of the village by sending them to watch a film. Number five, why do you think Contractor Chand calls Dichi a foolish girl? Is she really foolish? He calls Dichi foolish because he thinks she doesn't know that the forests bear timber, resin, and foreign exchange. Besides, she destroys his evil plan. But she is not foolish. She knows the importance of trees and fights to save them. So, what do you think, children? Was she foolish? No, not at all. She was protecting the trees, protecting the atmosphere, protecting the nature. Okay? Number six, why do the X-Men throw away their X's and go away? They go away because the women villagers don't let them cut the trees and tell them how important trees are. Children, one word we came across, um, UNINFORMED. So that is uninformed or uniformed. What do you think? Think over it and tell me, okay, in the interactive session. Okay, let's see. Number seven. What would have happened if Dichi had not seen Contractor Chand's men? So definitely they would have cut the trees. Yes? Okay, they would have cut down the trees in the forest. Number eight. Do you think Gauri, the village elder, or Dichi alone could have sent the X-Men away? Was that the work of one or two people only? Yes? Single person can do this, two persons can do this. No, that's a teamwork. No, it would not have been possible for a single person. All the women and children of the village worked together as a team to send the contractor and the X-Man away. Complete the table. One is done for you. Number 9. Character, trait, evidence from the text. So Dichi is, what is the quality? Courage. She was very courageous girl. She was not afraid of anyone. Yes. Evidence from the text. Faces the big and cruel contractor bravely. So here we can say, Chacha. How was he? How was Chacha? Chacha was caring. How can we say what is the evidence? Took care of Dichi like his own child. Contractor Chand, how was he? How was he? Was he a good man? Selfish. He was always thinking about himself only. Yes? Greedy, selfish. Wanted to cut the trees for his own benefits. D. Gauri, how was she? Courageous. She was also like Dichi, courageous. Led the Chipko movement bravely. Okay, children? So let's see what's next. Life skills and values, one of my favorite part. Environment and courage, it shows us, it gives us. Dichi loved her ash tree as much as she loved her family. How will things change if everyone starts loving the environment? Number two, the women in Dichi's village were extremely brave and bold. They did not fear the armed X-Men. They did not even use physical violence against the X-Men. What do you think would have happened if these women were not brave? So definitely the forest would have destroyed if these women would not have taken the steps. Okay, so you discuss among each other and note down the answers. Okay, these are the life values, children. What are you learning from these things? How would you protect the environment? How would you stop people from doing this, these evils? Okay, so let's see. Now the part of vocabulary will be discussed here. Here the new word comes, phrasal verbs. See, children, phrases are the group of words, but they are not the complete sentences, and they are not, they are the part of the sentences. They have sense, but they are incomplete group of words. But they are using in the sentences to complete its meanings. Okay, so phrase, group of words having incomplete sense. Verbs, action words. Let's see. A phrasal verb is a combination of a verb and a preposition or adverb. I'm just zooming in, you can see. Let's recite again. A phrasal verb is a combination of a verb and a preposition or adverb. The addition of the preposition or adverb to the verb changes the meaning of the verb. Read the following sentence from the story. These forests bear timber, resin, and foreign exchange. Cuts in contractor Chand. Cuts in. When the verbs are used with prepositions or adverbs, yes, with the combination, then they are known as phrasal verbs because they are coming in the group of words. Okay, so cuts in. Cuts is the verb and in is the preposition. So what do you think? They are coming together in the sense their verb is followed by something. Yeah, so that's phrasal verb. Many phrasal verbs are possible with the verb cut. For example, the landslide cut off the village from the rest of the state. Cut off means to break the connection. Okay, cuts in, cuts off, so these are phrasal verbs. Okay, let's see what's next. Many trees of the forest are in danger of being cut down. Cut down, again, made to fall to the ground by cutting, made to fall. Okay. She cuts out the article from the newspaper, cuts out. To cut using scissors or a knife. So, children, how many phrasal verbs we have seen by using cut? First we have seen cuts in, then cuts off, then cut down, then cuts out. So all are having different meanings as per the situation, as per the usage in the sentences. Okay, let's see what's next. Your favorite as well as mine. Grammar part. Adjectives ending in ed and ing. Adjectives ending in ed and ing. How is it? Some words ending in ing and ed appear to be verbs. Appear to be verbs means how many, what are the types of verbs? Present verb like go, again past form went, again past participle gone, again present participle going. Okay, children, if we say reach, Reach, reached, reached, reaching. Okay, again, come, came, come, coming. When we talk about ed forms, yeah, they are past participle forms, and again ing forms are present participle forms of the verbs. Let's see, some words ending in ing and ed appear to be verbs but function as adjectives. How do they function as adjectives? Let's see. For example, raging waters. Now, rage is the verb, but here it is raging. Present participle form of the verb is used. But waters is a noun. So, what is the definition of adjectives? The words which are coming just before the nouns, they are the adjectives, or they are the describing words. Okay, raging waters, raging is adjective. Burning palms, horrified ma, horrified, yes, horrified is it is verb, but here it is used as an adjective. The word raging describes the noun waters. The word burning describes palms, and the word horrified describes ma. So they are adjectives. Adjectives ending in ing and ed may show whether an action is continuing or is over. Okay, like continuing ing form, so ed past form, the action is over. Okay, so let's talk about some more forms. An ing adjective shows that an action is continuing. In raging waters means water is still that is in the continuation. Okay, burning palms. Now, an ed adjective shows that an action is over. In flooded river, flooded shows that action is flooding, action of flooding is over. Adjectives ending in ing and ed may also show feelings. How can they show feelings? Let's see. An ing adjective describes a person, a thing, or a situation that causes a feeling. Person, place, thing, or a situation causes a feeling. In frightening contractor, the contractor causes the feeling of fright. Who is frightening? Contractor. So frightening, that shows the, describing about the contractor, describing the contractor. An ed adjective shows that the person being described has the feeling. In horrified ma, who feels horrified. So ed shows the feeling, yes, and ing describes a person, thing, or a situation that causes a feeling. That causes means that becomes the reason of feeling. But ed shows uh, the person being described has the feeling. Okay, so don't get confused in these two terms, children. Just read once again properly. Okay, so here we have adverbs. Okay, after adjectives, ing and ed forms, let's talk about adverbs. Adverbs are words that tell us how, when, and where an action is performed. Like CBI, CID. Yes, CID. What do they say? कब, कहाँ, कैसे, क्यों. है ना? So these are the question words. So the words which are telling about the actions, where are they happening, how are they happening, okay, and when are they happening. How says the manner, when says the time, where says the place. So they are the adverbs. Adverbs add to the meaning of verbs. Read the following sentences. The words in italics are verbs. Dichi walks slowly. Walks is a verb. Slowly. How does Richie walk? Slowly. That's an adverb. Chacha is fishing nearby. Chacha is fishing. Fishing is the verb. Where is he fishing? Nearby. The boys will go home later. When will the boys go home? Later. Later shows the time. When? Okay, so the words which are telling about the action, how, where, and when are they happening? So they are the adverbs. Adverbs also modify adjectives. How can they modify? The villagers are very angry. Very modifies angry. Angry is an adjective. But when we say very, so it is the degree of it shows the degree. Adverbs of degree. Okay. How much? Okay, the news was extremely shocking. Extremely modifies shocking. Shocking is an adjective. Okay. Gauri instructed the villagers to remain completely non-violent. Non-violent is an adjective. So, how much? When you say about how much, so that is adverbs of degree, and they are used to, they are used to modify the adjectives. Let's talk about some more. Adverbs that answer the question how are called adverbs of manner. For example, quickly, sweetly, gracefully, happily. Okay, so usually ending with ly, not all the times, but you have to see how are they used. Adverbs that answer the question where are called adverbs of place. For example, here, there, everywhere, somewhere, outside. Adverbs that answer the question when are called adverbs of time. For example, now, never, first, early, yesterday, later, today. Okay, children? So here it ends. I hope that you have learned it properly and go for the lesson once again, and practice the comprehension, grammar part, and vocabulary part independently. Definitely you would get it in written form as well. So children, stay healthy and blessed. Bye bye. Take care.